So we'll start lying down on our backs. So just take a moment to arrive. So just perhaps a little wriggle out through the hips, maybe a broadening of the shoulder blades, and rolling of the arms are open so the palms are to sky, backs of the shoulders can rest heavy to the earth. I'd like you to take a deep inhale through the nose, and then through the mouth, exhale, just let the breath go. Keep the mouth closed and gently allow the breath to start to expand the inner body to the outer body. So on the inhale, you begin to feel the rib cage expand. And on the exhale, there's that sense of weightiness as your body surrenders to the earth. Inhaling, fully expansive into the ribs. Exhale, surrendering down. So as you are, just exhale, meeting the inhale, the balancing out into that Samaskriti breath. That's your equal step breath. And then we'll bend the knees. We'll take a cross of the right foot over the left thigh. Just gently rock that out a little bit side to side. Make sure the right thigh, you can just prise it away from you here. And then we'll pick up for eye of the needle. So the hands can either come around the back of the thigh there, or around the front of the shin. Just remaining that depth of breath, but nothing too forced, nothing that feels strained in any way. Just allowing yourself to gently receive each posture as we go. Placing the foot down and hugging that right knee in towards the chest. You can lengthen the left leg away. Take that into an easy twist now, up and over to the left with the leg there. So the right arm can drop out wide. Maybe you might even take your gaze in that same direction. So the breath can really come into the right side of the belly, rib cage and the lower back there. Sure you're not kind of straining into the facial features there, so no gripping of the brow line. Take the frown away. Maybe just a soft smile with the lips. And back through the middle. Bring both feet to meet the earth. Just find that place of symmetry once more, making whatever adjustments you need to, and then you can cross the left foot over the right thigh. Just a little rock out side to side. Might feel quite nice into top of the glute space there, even a little bit into the lower back. And pause in the middle and just open up that thigh a little bit towards the front of the room. Picking up the eye of the needle, just make sure that the hips are relatively centered here. So again, either back of the thigh or front of the shin there. So when you're an eye of the needle, mindful that the shoulders are soft. We're not kind of fighting the posture. Just keeping that breath nice and steady. So it's release from that shape. Place both feet back to the earth. Just a gentle press away of the thighs with the hands there, maybe feeling a soft release in the lower back. You can pick the feet up, then hug the knees in towards the chest. Hands can just come behind the knee creases, curl yourself up into a little ball. Maybe start some little rocks forwards and backwards. So we'll come all the way up and into all fours. For a few rounds of cat-cow, so just allow the tummy to drop down here. Feel that expanse across the front of the body as you lift the gaze, draw the shoulders back and down. Press into the hands, scoop the tummy up towards the spine there. You round the tailbone. Tuck the chin in. So cow pose brings your tummy down, your heart space through between your arms. And then cat pose lifts your spine high. Maybe just one more of those. And then you can just drop back down so you're in that cow pose. Tuck the toes under here. Keep that little dip in the lower back as you pull your hips back to your heels. Try to lift the tailbone up now as high as you can. Carry your chest through towards your thighs. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. So you might feel a nice release in the neck as you do that. Perhaps shake the head no, not the head yes even. Take a little pedal out through the feet. So walking out the dog. Let the hips move with you if you're feeling a little bit tight through the lower back there. And then pausing in stillness. Take a walk of the feet towards the hands. Bring the hands high up onto the shins, elongate the spine. A little bit of extension as you go there, and then bow down into your fold. So surrendering here through the spinal column. Bring the hands to the opposite elbows. Just let the spine hang freely. Maybe a little rock out, side to side. Again, let go of the neck. Let the weight of the head become super heavy. Release the hands down and then we'll spinal roll it slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Take a shoulder roll when you get there, find Tadasana. So let's just meet the little fingers to the seams of the trousers. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Fingertips on the inhale. Let's step the right leg back. Get strong through the back leg, bend into your front knee, reach your arms forwards and rise all the way up. Take the left hand around the right wrist as you lever up and over towards the left there. Come mindfully back through the center, turn the palms in towards one another, hinge your body weight forwards, meet with your hands to the earth. Step it back into plank. And bring your knees safely down to the earth. Bring everything down to join. Fingertips in line with the shoulders, lengthen the legs. Inhale through cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Tuck toes. Seat to heels. And into your down dog. Lift your right leg to sky. Float forwards, knee to nose to knee. Step your right foot through between the hands. Light through the fingertips. Rise with the arms, your back in your crescent lunge. Hinge your body weight forwards. Light touch. Step forwards. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bow down. Carry your arms wide. Pick your chest up. Come all the way up. Prayer to the heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow down. Forward fold. Fingertips on the inhale, stepping your left leg back. Bend your right knee deeply, reach your arms forwards as you rise all the way up into crescent lunge. Right hand around the left wrist as you side bend up and over to the right. Mindfully back through center. Hinge with the body weight forwards, meet with your hands, step back through to plank. Lowering down with the knees to the earth, release the toes, bring everything down. Cobra lifts you into that extension of the spine. Lowering back down, tuck toes, seat to heels, and into your down dog. Lift your left leg to sky. Float forwards, knee to nose, nose to knee, step through. Light through the fingertips, rise all the way up. Hinge forwards, light touch of the fingers, steps you forwards. Inhale for lift. Exhale to bow down. Carry your arms wide, pick your chest up, come all the way up. And prayer to the heart. So we'll take chair pose, arms lift to sky, and then settle into your seat. We're looking for a neutral spine here, so just a little dip in the lower back space there. Sorry, baby. And just not too much popping of the rib cage here. Soften the shoulders, keep the neck nice and straight. Pray through the heart and into your fold. Fingertips on the inhale. Plant the hands, step right, and then the left leg to the back of your mat. Pull your hips up and back into your down dog. So as we lift the right leg to sky, start to roll that hip open and bend the top knee. So we'll take 3 big circles here of the thigh within the hip joint. So as big as you can with those circles. And then 3 back the other way. Extend that leg to sky. Square the hips down. Come high through the ball of the back foot. Knee to nose, nose to knee. And step that foot through between the hands. Assist if you need to. Hand to the heel. Rise all the way up into your crescent lunge. Ground out through the back heel. Split the arms. Whee! Take warrior 2. So we want to make sure this right thigh is nice and open towards the right there. Torso is turning out towards the long left side edge of your mat. Gaze is towards that right middle finger. So pausing in that warrior 2 for a moment longer. I'll just turn around to show you where we're going with the arms. So that back arm, you'll turn the palm. The shoulder rotates internally. And then you'll bring that hand as high up the back as you can. Extending the top arm up to sky. And find your way to meet maybe your fingers. Or perhaps you can properly take a hold. Always got the option of holding clothing. If not, just make sure that right thigh is nice and open here. Torso is above the pelvis. Back leg is strong and straight. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, rebend. Start to take a side bend towards the back of your space. And then re-straighten that front leg. Rebend and come through upright. Side bend, back of your space. Straighten the leg. And rebend. Spine through upright. Side bend. All the way to that straight leg. Rebend. And spine through upright. Extend your arms out wide. And meet your right forearm to your right thigh. And carry that top arm up and over. So we're going to get quite light with that right forearm. Try and get length between the hip and the rib on both sides there. And then maybe reach that underneath arm towards the front of your space. Invite the palm open. Come all the way up with the torso and the arms. Straighten the front leg and rebend. Splitting the arms, turning out to the front of your mat, pivoting on your back foot toes. Meet with your hands towards the earth. Shoot that right leg up and back. Roll the hip open, bend the top knee. And then meet with both feet back towards the earth. Have a little pedal out here. And pause in stillness. Lifting your left leg to sky. Start to roll that hip open and bend your top knee. Keep a weightiness in the left arm here. And then start to draw out your circles. So 3 in each direction. So really trying to find that full circle. Square the hips down, extend the legs straight. Float forwards, knee to nose to knee, pick up the spine and step your left foot through. Between your hands, rise all the way up. Ground out through the back heel, split the arms, find warrior 2. So really just settling down here into this shape. Feeling an energy through the legs, reach out through the outer edge of the back foot, lengthen through the arms. So it's that back arm. You're going to internally rotate the shoulder. You're going to bring the hand as far up the back as you can. I find this side much harder. Top arm rises, you bend at the elbow. Maybe you meet or maybe you don't. Straighten the front leg and rebend. And taking a side bend out towards the back of the room. Straighten the front leg and rebend. Bring your spine through upright. Lifting out the waist as you go back into that side bend, straight and staying in your reach, rebend, and back through upright. Finding that reach, about to lose my hands, all the way to straight leg, rebend, and rise. Unravel the arms, that should feel quite nice, reach. And then simply meet the forearm to the thigh there. Make sure the stance doesn't feel too long and like you're losing that back leg. Once you've found your space in that left side waist, maybe you press strongly into your left foot, extend the arm out, palm rolls open to sky, and rise all the way up. Straighten the front leg, rebend, pivot on the back foot toes, turn to face forwards. Hinge forwards, meet with your hands to the earth, step it back into your down dog. So we'll have a pause here, bringing the knees down to the earth, bring the big toes to touch, and pull your hips all the way back to your heels. Maybe there's a little rock out with the rib cage, right side, left side. Maybe you just pause in stillness. And then we'll take a moment to bring the spine through upright. Bring the knees together. Take a shoulder roll. Invite the hands behind the back, interlink the fingers, roll the shoulders open. Breathe into the front of the chest and the shoulder space there. Maybe you want to tuck the chin down, feel that stretch into the neck. Releasing the hands. Bringing the hands back flat to the earth. Just draw some circles with the shoulders here. So don't overthink this, just circle them in a backward motion. And then if you can navigate it, start to move them forwards. Yeah, definitely don't overthink this. Okay, find neutral with the spine. Step your right leg back, tuck the toes under. Step your left leg back to join. And pull your hips up and back into down dog. Walk your hands towards your feet, arriving at the back of your mat. Heel toe your feet to touch. Big toes touching. Sink into your knees and bring your prayer just to heart. Find neutral with the spine, soft dip in the lower back. Maybe sink a little bit deeper into the knees. Press the palms strongly into one another. Inhale, rise. Lengthen through your arms. Arc through your spine, draw your hips forwards and come back into your chair. Prayer at the heart. Take a prayer twist to the right. Make sure once you're there, your knees are level. You're reaching your chest as far forwards as you can. Pressing top hand into bottom hand as you start to rotate out to the right. Always option to split the arms here if you prefer, for that slightly deeper twist, and then bring it back to your twisted prayer. Come back through center, reach all the way up, and prayer to the heart. Sink back into your chair, take that twist over to the right, check in on the knees, reach the breastbone forwards, and then start to find your rotation. Maybe you're splitting the arms, maybe you're just as you are. Back into twisted prayer, through center, reach with your arms, prayer through the heart, and bow down into your fold. Walking your hands forwards, arriving in plank. And walk your feet then towards your hands, front of your mat. Final chair, so feet can be together or hip bone distance apart. We're going to take a little balance this time. So as you start to bend your knees, pick up your arms, full chair, and then perhaps coming high onto the balls of the feet. Touch the heels down, press into the feet, open through the front of the body, prayer to the heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Fingertips on the inhale. We're going to step the right, no, go with the left actually. Did that last time, didn't we? Left, and then the right leg to the back of your mat. Pull your hips up and back into your down dog. Soften the shoulders. Let go of the head. Make sure the ribs are not popping too much there. So it really helps me actually. My ribs tend to pop, so if I breathe into the back of my body, that tends to help me avoid that. So as you lift your right leg to sky, keep the hips square and just bend that knee. So heel is towards the butt, straighten the leg. Heel to butt and straighten the leg. Heel to butt, float forwards. Scoop in and through. Step that foot through between the hands. Some of you might prefer bricks here. Shift your body weight forwards. Take your hands to bricks or to the floor there. Lifting your leg up to hip height. You're in an L-shaped splits. We're going to take a rotation here. So step your left hand into the center. Bring your right hand to your lower back. Really coax the right hip back, reach the breastbone forwards. Extend maybe that top arm up to sky. And then touching that hand down. Walking your hands back towards your front foot, touching that back foot down. Like I say, you might still want bricks here. Lower your back knee down. If you need a bit of padding, just turn your mat over like so. And then start to glide your weight back. Now naturally your hips will come past your heels. Past your knee. Just slide the right heel forwards until you've got knee-hip alignment on that left leg. Find a little bit of a lift of the heart. and a bow down into your fold. So I like to rock it out a little bit here, side to side. Maybe you prefer to stay in stillness, doesn't matter. So if we can, we'll bend now deep into that front knee. You might need to drag the heel back a little bit. If you want the arms to rise, they can. And likewise, you can keep them on the floor. We'll prise it back to our half Hanuman. Coming forwards, bending the knee, lifting the heart. Half Hanuman sends you back. Final time, bending the knee, lifting the heart. Heart, half Hanuman. Hello, Bobble. Hi. Rebending that front knee. Beep, beep. Meet with your hands to the earth. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Unravel your mat. Plant your hands firmly. Stepping it back into your down dog. Lifting your left leg up to sky. Keep the hips square. Bend your back knee, left knee, heel to butt. Straighten the leg. Heel to butt. Straighten the leg. One more time. We keep heel to butt, we float forwards. We round everything in and step through. Shift your hands forwards, bricks or not. I've got short legs, so I don't need them. L shape. Step your right hand into the center, bring your left hand to the lower back space. Find length in the spine. Maybe extend your left arm as you start to rotate out a little bit more to that left side. Alright, twisted Ardha Chandrasana. Bringing both hands back down, shift them closer to the front foot. Step that right leg strongly back. Turn the mat over if that's helpful. And then work your weight towards the back of your mat. You might need to slide that heel forwards, just again, so we've got this knee-hip alignment on that back leg. Like I said initially, I like a little rock out, just to free up my hamstring a little bit, but then I probably would pause in the middle and just let my torso drape down over my thighs. Maybe we slide that heel back a little bit, allowing us to rebend into that front knee. Like I said, you can go with the arms here or not. Bring your hands back down. Prise your weight back. Ardha Hanuman. Sinking into that front knee. Anjaneyasana. And meet back the hands to the earth. Prise back. Final time. Bending into your front knee. Lifting. Planting the hands and drawing back. Maybe pause for a moment and then allow that foot to reground towards the earth. Unravel your mat. Palm with your hands and step it back to down dog. Bring your body weight forwards and take your knees quite wide on your mat. Bring your hips back towards your heels. We're going to take a child's pose once more. Let's bring ourselves back into all fours. Maybe a little few circles to cat-cow as you go. And back the other way. Pausing in stillness. Tuck toes, seat to heels, and into your down dog. Lift your right leg to sky. Float forward, step your right foot through between your hands. Lower your back knee down, heel toe your right foot out towards the right. Turn the foot out slightly, the knee and the thigh, and just rock it out a little bit here. Pause in stillness, make sure you feel fairly balanced through the pelvis. And then pick up your left foot away from the floor. Carry your right arm up and over. Now you're either just reaching in that direction or you're going to catch a hold of the foot here. Bend the heel in towards the buttock. Roll the shoulders open. Maybe one more breath there. You can let the head hang if you want to open up into the neck there. And then releasing, carry that arm up and over. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, heel toe, that foot back inside the hand and step it back into your down dog. Lift your left leg to sky, float forwards, step through. Heel toe that foot out to the left. Lower the back knee down. Again, maybe it's just that little rock out, side to side. Maybe you're going to find your way as far back with that right leg as you can. Press into your right hand and roll up and over with that left arm. Draw the heel in towards the buttock. You can let the head hang if you want that little bit of neck stretch. So releasing mindfully from that side. Heel toe that left foot back inside the left hand, tuck the toes of the back leg, lift the back knee, step it back into down dog. Look your feet towards your hands this time, arriving at the front of your mat. Allow your torso to completely hang freely. Maybe you can just drape the backs of the palms to the earth, just if they reach, of course. Let your spine surrender. We'll take a spinal roll slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up. Take a shoulder roll. Make sure your feet feel nice and grounded to the earth. We're going to balance on the right foot to start with. So coming up onto the ball of the left foot, just bending that knee. So if you can, you're catching a hold of the foot. I said in practice earlier today, sometimes people would like to draw the knee forwards to catch the foot and then bring it back behind. So keep the shoulders as open as you can. Lift your right arm up in the air, soften the shoulders, meet the thumb and first finger. So you might start to kick your back leg away from you, or maybe you're going to hinge forwards, you're going to hinge forwards. So we kick the leg first to get that opening in the front of the left thigh, and then we hinge forwards into our dancer's pose. Keep kicking the foot into the hand, keep lifting the breastbone, and then rise slowly all the way up. Releasing that side, so balancing on the left, whatever you need to be able to catch a hold of the foot there. Carry your left arm up, soften the shoulder, find space between the thighs, kicking that right leg back, and then make your way into that dancer's pose once more. We slowly rising, coming all the way up. Again, meet Tadasana, shoulder roll perhaps. Carry the arms up high. Bow down, forward fold. Fingertips on the inhale. You can step, or if you prefer, this time you could jump to the back of the mat. You can lower down with the knees to the earth. Maybe you're bringing your chest and chin this time. Keep the shoulders soft. Scoot the body weight forwards. Pick up the heart through cobra and lower all the way down. So Salabhasana will lengthen the legs out of the hip joint. We'll reach the arms down by the thighs. And then we'll lift the entire upper and lower body there. Reaching through the legs. Reach with your fingers to the back of the room. Find as much length as you can and then slowly lower down. Turn your right ear to the mat and just pause. Let your body settle. Let your shoulders surrender. Turning your gaze back down towards the earth. You can do exactly that same posture, or you can bend your knees. Catch a hold of your feet. Hello, bubble. Maybe flex at your ankle joints. Kick your feet into your hands. Rising up. So remember, we're looking for the navel to be the center of the posture here. Keep kicking, keep rising, and slowly lower down. Turn your left ear to the mat. Let everything soften. Shoulders, jawline, brow line. Hello, bubble. Turn your gaze back towards the earth. Bring your hands, fingertips in line with your shoulders, and gently press yourself back. Bring the knees together. And then allow your torso to rise all the way up. Just let your hips drop off to one side. Swing your legs forwards. You can take a roll down if you wish. So I would look to C-shape the spine if I was doing that. So just really start to scoop the tailbone under, suck the navel in. My spine does not go anywhere near as much C-shape as I would like, but I'm doing my best to keep my pubic bone lifting. I prefer actually going with straight legs. Some people prefer bent. Slowly lowering all the way down. Take a minute here to arrive, bend the knees. And just make sure that the heels are below the knees here. Bring the hands down either side of the thighs. Start to press your lower back towards the earth. Tilt your pubic bone up towards you and slowly rise. So there'll come a point where you might choose to wrap your shoulders a bit deeper under your body. You can interlink the fingers or not. It's your choice. Press strongly into both feet, the back of both arms. Releasing your hands. So I like to come high through the balls of the feet, which gives me a bit more space to then try to roll it down. Just a nice mobilization drill for the spine. Take the feet wide, let the knees drop in. Maybe take the arms into cactus for a moment. And just pause. If you want to sway out the legs, you can. Just settle down. We may take a second bridge with some leg variations. Let's bring the feet back to that same set position below the knees. Bring the hands down close towards the thighs. And then find your way into your bridge. So you might choose to take that right foot just ever so fractionally into the center, come through the ball of the left, pick up the left foot. If you can, extend the leg, try and keep the hips level where possible. Rebend the knee and place the foot down. Same on the other side. So left foot slightly into the center, lift the right knee, extend the leg. Rebend the knee and place it down. Release the hands. So some people don't need to come on the balls of the feet to roll down. It doesn't feel too bad actually. So feet wide again, knees just dropping into the center maybe this time. And just really slow the breath down. So you've got one more option here. You can take either of those last two variations, or you can play around with the full wheel, meet the feet to the earth below the knees, bring the hands either side of the head. So we do want to make sure the hands are roughly your shoulder distance apart and the elbows are kind of hugging in rather than bowing out to the sides. You can press into the hands and the feet and almost just roll yourself onto the crown of your head. If you feel like you've got it in you, just draw the elbows in and maybe press yourself up into full wheel. If that's not for you, you could just stay to the earth and practice the alignments. So the alignments would be very much about finding the correct placement of the hands, then the elbows squeezing in, and then finding pressure. It might just be that much. You might be able to find the top of the head. Maybe you're not going any further than that. Pausing. So maybe the feet come a bit wider this time, sway them out left to right. So we can have a little go at plow pose. You don't have to go there if it's not for you today. So we'll extend both legs up in the air. Hands down by your side. Press into your hands and start to peel your tailbone away from the earth. If you get stuck and you feel like you can't get there, simply take your hands to your hips and just prise yourself over. So whatever you do, don't look out to the left or the right here. So if your feet find their way to the earth, I think that's my bricks, you're welcome to release the hands, wrap the shoulders under, maybe even interlink the hands there. If they don't, you'd be much better to keep your hands somewhere to your back. If you wanted to from here, you could bend your knees. And keep more of the weight in the shoulders rather than the neck. If you've bent the knees, you can either keep them that way and roll down from here. You'll obviously need to release the hands. Or some of you will be straight. You're welcome to roll down. Use those hands on the earth there as a bit of a kickstand. And bring your feet safely back to earth. So we're going to press into the feet, lift the hips, and just bring the hands underneath the pelvis. Let the hips drop down so the thumbs are touching, palms are facing down. Extend the legs away. Press into the forearms. Lift the breastbone and maybe layer back with the gaze. So perhaps the crown of the head touches the earth, maybe it doesn't. Press into the forearm, lift. You can either just wriggle your hands out, or you can bend the knees, pick the hips up and take them out from there. So just have a second to let everything settle down. So we are going to come to a seated posture for just a moment, so maybe just hug the knees in, take a few little circles of the thighs within the hip joint, and then go back the other way. So you might choose just to roll out to one side here, and then slowly press yourself up. So if you prefer to sit on a block, by all means. And you can take Sitasana with the heel into the pubis, heel into the ankle. Or you can take Sukhasana with the legs crossed. Take the fingertips either side of the pelvis and take a walk out to the right. Carry your top arm up and meet it to the back of the skull. Lift the elbow towards the ceiling there. And then just roll that ribcage open. Soften your right shoulder down. Keep pressing into your right hand to root the left hip to the earth or the left buttock to the earth. Carry that top arm back up and over. Not over, out towards the left. Flex at the wrist joint and press that arm as far away from you as you can. Let your right ear drop down towards your right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the neck. If you want to start playing around with the angle of the head there, feel free to do that. Carry the top arm all the way back over to catch the opposite side of the head and slowly bring yourself up. Changing out sides with the legs to start with. And then walking out to the left. Carry the top arm up, meet the hand to the back of the skull. Roll the ribcage open, lift the elbow. Press into your left hand to root your right buttock down. Carry that arm to straight, reach it back out towards the right side. Flex at the wrist joint and press the palm away. Maybe you're starting to turn out the head. Oh, that's super tight for me today. Bringing that arm all the way back up and over to the opposite side of the head and gently assist yourself back up. Carry the hands behind you. Just gently press into the hands. Almost roll off the hips. Draw the pelvis forwards. You can layer back the gaze if you didn't have a wall behind you like me. And then change out sides. Hands behind you. Press into the hands. Lead with the hips. Open up the hip. And bring yourself all the way back down. Draw the knees in towards one another. Curl up into a little tiny ball. And then we'll come to lying on our backs one last time. So however you wish to get there, hug your knees in towards your chest. Keep a hold of the right, extend the left leg away. Easy twists up and over towards the left there. Maybe turning your gaze out to the right. Just slowing your breath down now. Mindfully back through the center. Bend both knees. Extend then your right leg away. Hug your left knee in. And carry your leg up and over to the right. You can turn out with your gaze to the left. And just feel that spine begin to release. Come mindfully gently back through the center. Bending both knees. Press your feet into the earth, lift your hips, bring the hips down so they feel nice and centered. Make sure the shoulder blades feel like they're doing the same. Pick your feet up, hug your knees towards your armpits. Picking the soles of the feet up in the air. Drawing your knees down to the armpits. Maybe a little rock out side to side there. Turn the soles of the feet in to meet one another. You may be able to shift your hands to the outer edge of the feet, or if not, partway up the calf. Turn your toes towards the sky, your heels towards the pelvis there. And then releasing the hands. Keep the soles of the feet touching. And slowly lower the outer edge of your feet down towards the earth. When you arrive, just take a moment to let the hips settle down. And then make a conscious choice about where it is you might like to close your practice. And extend the legs away. If that's where you're going for your Shavasana, just make sure you don't feel too caught up under the body there. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And through the mouth, exhale the breath. So relinquish control of the body and the mind. Just fall almost into a blankness. Just an empty canvas there. No backdrop, no story. Notice how you feel. Surrender a little bit more with every exhalation. Bending the knees. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. Carry the right arm overhead, roll all the way out to that right side. Gently press yourself up, ready to find your way to your seat, ready to close your practice. Taking a moment to just bring prayer to the heart. Just really connect with that place deep within you that holds your true core values, your beliefs, and tells you essentially who you are. Bowing inwards. Namaste.